A screaming architecture. Let's look how we might be able to apply that to iOS applications. So I've got an example project which is a Deezer music player. How can I make it perfectly clear just from looking at the files that it's a music player? Make it really scream the functionality of it. Let's think about this while looking at the actual project. So, if we take a look at this example music player project, and incidentally there's a link to the repo in the description for the video. Here I've chosen to have a folder for core data, and it's got a core data manager, but it's at the top level. Has this got anything to do with being a music player? I'd suggest not. Sections, these seem to be sections for a collection view. It's nothing to do with being a music player. And okay, there's a folder with a music player in here, which suggests it is a music player, but this isn't really how you'd suggest a screaming architecture works. This is kind of the structure of a iOS project. We've got views here. It's probably not even all of the views for the project. It's all a bit understandable to iOS developers, but it should be more than that. This should tell us this is a project all about music. So we need to think of a way that we could structure this to be a little bit better, a little bit more direct, and we could call that a screaming architecture. So, this is a music player, and I've been thinking about this architecture. What if at the top level you organised it into artists, albums and songs? It seems like a good idea. It would be obvious that it's about music. However, these things are related. An album has one or more artists. A song can be on many albums. It can be made by many artists. It's almost like a database. It's not really a structure for an application where we're thinking about views and backing storage. So we could think more about the flows through the app. So you could have a flow for the favorites and you're storing them, and have, say, a sub-view for those favorites, which could be like a collection view cell or similar. And you could do the same for artists and songs and compose them up to a general view. And then for each of these, I want to say user journeys, you could have a part of the backing store, the core data, which is relevant to that section, to that user journey. So you're splitting it down. So then when a new person joins your team or someone new sees your code, they don't need to know about iOS. The first thing they think about isn't which system architecture you've used. It's this realization it's a music player. Now obviously this is going to involve more work than just slapping something together. And this isn't really an answer to which architecture you should use to make a screaming architecture, or even how you should organize your project. It's some ways to start to think about it. While that might not be a complete solution and has opened up more questions and answers, it probably gives you some direction about how you can make your project, or scream, well, announce what the project is about from just a quick look at it. If it helps you, if you have other ways of doing this, please do write in the comments. We'll read them all. Thank you.